Trace on the beat.
Oh yeah, Liberia mentality is like a virus that flowing through the land. Liberia mentality is like a virus that flowing through the land. Let us stop it today to be Liberia. We are one people here. Stop the mentality, yeah. Mentality, Liberia mentality. Let's stop it today. Musica, musica, ube musica, musica. Musica, musica, ube musica, musica. Mentality, let's stop the mentality. Liberia mentality. Charity begin at home, and end in a bro, yeah. Oh yeah. Liberia will be on Christian principle, but the reality is different. Stop it today. Sometimes when I look around, I can see the resources. I do not know what we're suffering for. So we say, don't nepotism. Some people will say, it's corruption. But I can't let you know, it's Liberia mentality. It's a special kind of virus that blow you through the land. We don't love ourselves, we love other people too. Change this mentality for Liberia to grow. Mentality, Liberia mentality. Let's change it today. I want to Ghana, the people play Ghana music. I want to Nigeria party, they play Nigeria music. I want to Salon party, they play Salon music. I came to Liberia party, they play foreign music. I even get them my music, they make all Liberia music. They turn my music down, inside Liberia. They play so foreign music. Oh, yes, oh. Liberia mentality, let's change it today. Let us start a fighting. Let us start a segregation. Let us start fighting one another. Mentality. When Liberia men see Liberia men, he get all one lion. When you see foreign people, he get bow down. Mentality. Liberia mentality. Let's change it today. Oh, mentality. Liberia mentality. It's like a virus that flowing through the land. Let us stop it today to be Liberia. We are one people here. Stop the mentality, yeah.
Trace on the beat.
All right.
Trace on the beat.
All right, guys. All right. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening, depending where you are, depending on your location. I want to say welcome to another edition of We Will Talk About It because it matter. So today, it's gonna be a very short show tonight, but we're gonna be speaking a few stuff, okay? And we're gonna be looking at we're gonna be looking at things in general, especially when it comes to our lives. The new government, Joseph Boakai, took over in 2024. Now it's 2025, 2025 December. Yes, next year January 22nd is gonna make Joseph Boakai, if I'm not mistaken, a complete 2 year. And look, the question I'm asking today, you have to answer the question within yourself. You got to be sincere with yourself. You got to be true to yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's your life we're talking about. At the end of the day, it's your children's life. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So I want to say to you guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another, edition. Okay. You guys know my name already. I go by the name Thompson B. Boss, from the Liberia Impact. Okay. And the platform is down now, but it's gonna be up very soon. And tonight we're gonna be diving into questions that every Liberians, home and abroad, are asking. You know. Now, the question is your life better today than it was 3 years ago? That's a sincere question. Is your life better today than it was 3 years ago? In the last 3 years, Liberia has seen a major political transition from the presidency of President George Manneh Weah to the leadership of Joseph Nyuma Boakai. But beyond politics, I want us to talk on reality. I want us to speak about things that we see with our naked eyes. I want to speak about things that affect your life or impact your life positively. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your homes. And we're going to talk about your children. Let's talk about your daily life. How are things with you guys? How are things with you? That's what we're going to be talking about. But do me a favor, share this live, invite other people, share the live in every group, invite other people to join us today. And we're going to have a very short conversation. And remember, the live is for everybody. If you want to come on the show, just hit me up in the comment section and I will send you the link and you can join the conversation. Okay, that's what we're going to be speaking on today. So let's go ahead and play one more track and then we're going to get into our conversation tonight. Okay, and this is going out to my boy JD Don. It's called Jealousy by JD Don.
You ready?
If we're pregnant, speak up.
Okay, sexy. Yeah, JD Don, you know. Jealousy, we kill. I say, jealousy, we kill. I say, they looking at me, they jealous. They won't see me happily jealous. God blessing me, they jealous. I am bluffing, they jealous. You now won't see me go kill yourself. And you say you let me go higher yourself. They play cover yourself. You don't know the road, direct yourself. Put money down. From far player, yeah, you put money down. Put money down. I hear now why you can't talk. Hey, why you can't talk? Hey, open your mouth. It matter. Hey, open your mouth. Hey, open your mouth. If you said I get out, if you get you. Now me tell you to be like that. Now me tell you to lead like that. Oh, there you passing around with your cho. You now won't see me go kill yourself. And you say you let me go higher yourself. They play cover yourself. You don't know the road, direct yourself. Jealousy, we kill. I say, jealousy, we kill. I say, they looking at me, they jealous. They won't see me happily jealous. God blessing me, they jealous. I am bluffing, they jealous. You talking about me, but you usher in your church. G-Stan, you the first and money rest. So get away, talk about yourself in your church. And they catch you having sex. And they matter. I'm gonna utter. And how I Jela mami o. Cheche pour les listes. Looking at the cheche pour les listes. You need that. Cheche pour les listes. Coming call the cheche pour les listes. I will call your.
All right, shout out to my boy JD Don on that one. It's called Jealousy, but sorry, my bad. So yeah, that's called Jealousy by my boy JD Don right there. You can find us on YouTube as well on all streaming platform, or you can go to JD Don Facebook profile as well and check it out. Support Liberian artists. You know, I'm very big on that. As you see, the T-shirt I'm wearing it said Liberia's impact. So we're trying to impact the life of people in Liberia. You know, through what we do, and most of you know exactly what my boy Daniel and I've been doing on the Liberia Impact Show. But for some reason, the Liberia Impact Show been down a little bit. But within no time, the Liberia's Impact is gonna be back up. So for all of our followers, you know, all the 55, the 45,000 followers that we got on there, I want to say Liberia's Impact will be back. Okay, but tonight, I want us to go on and begin with the basic. You know, think about the year 2021, 2022. Think about where you were. Think about the challenges that you face. Think about how your life was. And then you ask yourself, we're in 2025, which we have an election. An election that saw President Weah, former President Weah, President Joseph Nyuma Boakai, and other presidential candidates. They took on a race. They started the race. At the end of the day, two people made it to the finish line. I mean, apparently not two people, but Joseph Boakai won the election. 2024 President Joseph Boakai took the presidency. He became the president of the Republic of Liberia. 2024 was a transitional government. The government was on the honeymoon. So we did not expect much from the government that just taking election and just taking seat. So at the end of the day, Liberians allow the government to enjoy, to have their honeymoon. Liberians allow the government to settle in. Because as a new government coming in, it takes a lot of work. But Liberians allowed it. Opposition community allowed it. They gave the government their honeymoon so that the government can structure itself in a way that is going to impact the life of the Liberian people. Now, 2024 is gone. We're in the year 2025. And let me remind you though, this is 2025 December. Next month, the 22nd, is going to make President Joseph Nyuma Boakai a complete 2 years. Now, I expect a government that have experience like the Joseph Nyuma Boakai government. Because most of these people who are serving in this government, they've been in government before. They understand the in and out of governance. They understand how government works. So this is an experienced government. But then I asked the question to all of you guys. And I said, ask yourself a question now. Has your life been transformed for the betterment since President Joseph Nyuma Boakai take over? Has your income changes? For example, if you were getting $50 in 2023 or 2024, are you getting $80 now? Are you getting $90? For example, if you were getting $150 in 2025, as your salary increases, Those are the kind of fundamental questions as people we should be asking ourselves. We, we don't have the habit of beating on the government every day. But we have to ask some of these fundamental questions. Where we're coming from and where our life is today. What progress have we made? That's the question. And that's the question for every Liberian. Yes. Is your food more affordable for your household? Those are questions. You need food to survive. You need food to survive. Do you feel more secure about your family future than you felt a few years ago? For some people, the answer may be yes. But some of you, the answer would be no. But if you are answering yes to these questions, then you ask yourself, if my life has been transformed from where I was to where I am now, what about my neighbors? Think about your neighbors next door. What about them? Has their lives been transformed? Or are they coming and knocking on your door asking for a cup of rice? Those are legitimate questions that we need to ask. Yes, those are questions we need to ask. And for many, life might feel the same. 2023, 2024, 2025 may feel the same. There's no transformation. There's no difference. Then we ask the question, why is their life is not being impacted? Why is their life is not being touched positively? Then we got to find an answer to it. So 2025 December, at this point, I expect every Liberian to be able to afford. I expect every children to have access to good education. I expect every children in Liberia to have access to free Medicare or affordable Medicare. Those are essential to life. Without a better Medicare, there's no better life. So we're in 2025 December now. And I don't think the opposition has been that desperate going after the government. And they have their own reason why. Probably the opposition is trying to play safe. Because if the government succeeds, every Liberian succeeds. But if the government fails, every Liberian life will be worse. So I believe that every Liberian want to see the government to succeed. But does the government themselves want to succeed? That's the question. Does the government themselves want to succeed? And if the government wants to succeed, what are they doing? What are they doing to see the betterment of every Liberian children? Yes. One of the biggest indicators of our national progress is the well-being of children. So let me say this. Let's break this down now. You ask yourself again, like I said, this is a interaction and a very informative podcast tonight. We're not attacking anybody tonight. No, we're not doing that. We're just going to talk about issues that are affecting the lives of our people. We're just gonna speak on the essentials of lives. Things that you need every day in your life. Those are the kind of stuff we're gonna be talking about tonight. So then you ask yourself, are your children in better schools today than they was 3 years ago? Has school become more affordable or more expensive? You as a mother or you as a father, can you afford to send your child to a better school for your child to get a better education, which of course is their fundamental right? Every child has the right to better education. Yes, every child. Oh, so guys, hold on. Let me put something on real quick. I want to attend to something real quick, guys. Real quick, okay, real quick, guys. Real quick.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download every song at originalhits.com.
Don't it be that problem?
All people call you well. Some people call you Paramelis. Someone else call you Country Giant. For me, I call you Mama Labira Heavy Sin. The Magia with me Heavy Sin. Yana Bonne Heavy Sin. This people Heavy Sin. You're like Heavy Sin. You're like Heavy Sin. I will call you Heavy Sin.
Yes, guys. I apologize for that. I just needed to attempt to something really quick. That's why. But like I was saying, let's get back to it. As a parent, can you afford to pay your children's school fee now? Is school cheaper now than it was? Or are schools expensive now than it was 3 years ago or a few years ago? Do students have access to better teachers, materials, or technology? I listen to the government, and the government have put aside 89 million United States dollars, right? And the aim of that 89 million United States dollars is to build 100 schools around the entire nation. Now, some people might have issue with it, but some people might see it to be a better thing. But I see it in both ways. For me, I see 100 schools being built around the nation. I see it in two different ways. Now, building 100 schools structures, in maybe counties or villages, it's not a bad thing. Yes, it's a really good thing. But then I asked the government a question. And I asked the government, I said, $89 million being put aside for another structure to be built, something to cost a school. Then I look around the city, I look around Maserati, I look around every county, and I see schools that are not in a better shape to be called a school building. Children do not even have a proper sitting or seat to sit on. There have been a lot of videos and pictures circulating on social media on how our children are sitting on the floor. So children do not have access to better material. Schools does not have libraries. So then I asked the government, instead of building another 100+ school around the city, around the country, why don't we invest the $89 million into betterment of the other structure that we have? Why don't we take that money and look around Maserati County. Go to Ganta, Grand Bassa, or wherever, and just look around the schools that we have and upgrade the school that we have instead of building another structure, which, of course, in the next few years, is going to be the same as the one we have today. How many schools, I mean, having enough schools, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying maybe we could invest that 89 million for this year to upgrade schools that are already there. Get better or better whiteboard on the board, get some technology in the school, projectors, better chairs, just something that the teachers can be able to use to give better education to our children. So instead of we building another 100 schools, I believe if we invest that $89 million into upgrading the school that we already have, I think the government will be praised. Yes. Because I don't believe a school should, like, I believe that a school should have a better sitting area for children. Teachers should be able to have a better blackboard or whiteboard. Nowadays, we're in 2025, so you need a whiteboard and a marker. You don't need a blackboard where you use a crayon. No, we don't do that. The teacher should have access to a better teaching material for these children. The schools should invest, the government should invest into technologies for these children. Every major school should have a library with computers, with books, where during recess or lunch, some children might not want to go outside to kick a ball. Some children might not want to go outside to play basketball. They just want to go to the library and take a book and read. Or they might want to go to the library and sit on the computer and do some research and look around. So I believe if our government can invest into those type of stuff, right? I believe if the government can do that, it will be way better than building another 100 schools around the country. Yes. Transportation. I don't know if you guys have a school bus. I don't know if children pay for school bus. But to make education easier for the children, every children should have a bus card or a ticket, like a card, and the government should be responsible to pay for that. It's like a concession for schools or for students, where they can be able to access the school bus for free. As long as you have your concession, you can access the school bus for free and go to school. So children don't have to worry about, for example, if a child live maybe another suburb and they're going to school in another suburb, and they ain't got to worry about, oh, I don't have transportation, I don't have transport, how am I going to get to school, and stuff like that. Oh, D-Cash, you should come in, brother. Yeah. And stuff like that. This is the way how Western countries make education affordable for the parents and for students. Imagine where students go to school, they have access to computer, they have access to books, where they can sit in the library and stuff. Imagine how excited they would be to go to school. So the reason you see some children don't want to go to school because they know they cannot afford, the little that they have, they want to use it to eat. But then they're going to use that money on transportation to go to school. And then they're going to have the whole class with no recess or no lunch. Tomorrow, that child is not going to be willing to come to school because they stay in school hungry all day. Those are, those are just few ways that the government can actually help and take burden off the family shoulders. And give the students a relief. It make the students to feel more connected or more happy. It make them want to learn. You know, and it happen everywhere now. This is 2025. Just put a system where every students, for example, if you live close to the house, sorry, my bad. If you live close to the school, then you can walk to school. But if you live where you're gonna need a transportation to get to school, then you get a concession. In that way, you don't have to worry. And there should be at least 2-3 school buses for every school. Now, when I mean school buses, I don't mean there should be a special design buses just for school where it takes students to school, then they go and park. No. In Australia, we have the normal buses, but during school hours, there's few boxes. I can send you the link. In Australia, there are few boxes where it's being already chartered for school students. And so school start at 8:30. After 9:30, these buses go back to doing their normal round. Let me see how I can send you this. Let me see how I can send you the link if you want to join. I'm not sure if I'll be able to send a link with or share the link with you, but let me see. Let me copy the link and send it to you. Daniel. Oh man, I don't want to pull that up. All right, I'm gonna post the link. Okay, you can click. Oh, that's the link there. Okay, that's the link. Okay, if you have StreamYard, just click on the link. If you're on YouTube, click on the YouTube link. If you're on Facebook, click on the Facebook link, and that's gonna bring you straight into my my dark room. Okay, so it's a very good conversation that we as people should be asking ourselves. How is the government impacting our life? Because few people don't understand when you change government, they think when you change government, it should be very combative. No. When you change government, it means that the previous government was doing something that was not impacting the life of the citizen. So we have a new government that comes in to make things okay for the citizen. That's why we change government. It's not to be fighting the opposition or at the end of the day, government have a major role to play. Once you are the government, you are governing for everybody. The opposition, everybody, they are under your command. So you got to do something to transform everybody's lives. Yes. So education wise, I have more knowledge on that. Because I live in Australia for 20 years plus. I went to school in Australia. I catch a bus. I catch the train to school. I walk to school. At the end of the day, it's all depend on your location, how far the school is from you. So those are some of the things the Ministry of Education can look into to help the government, for the government to help the people or the children. It also takes burden off the shoulder of family, of parents, so that they ain't got to worry about school or transportation, all of this. Yes. Make transportation easy for the children. Make learning more affordable. Make learning more fun. Let children want to go to school every day to play with their friends. Make children want to go sit in the library to read books. Make children want to go in the library to play on the computer. Those are all those are things that make children want to go to school. Imagine going to school and you don't even have a proper seat to sit on. In Australia, we watch movies in class. We watch documentaries. We watch educational movies in class. There's TVs in every class. There's projector in every class. They do all of this so that children will be happy to go to school. They don't want school to be stressful. So they come up with all of this to help children to go to school, because education is very important. Knowledge is expensive, but the government can also help a citizen to make knowledge affordable. Now, let's go down to the health section. Let me speak about the health. And this is another question. Like I said, ask yourself a question. Has your life, or is your life better today than it was a couple of years ago? Those are questions only you can answer. I can't answer that for you because my life has changed in a different form. Your life has changed in a different form. Sorry, guys, let me have some water. So my life has changed in a different form, and your life has changed in a different form. Your life could have changed to better. My life could have changed to worse, because it's not every government though that your life is gonna, I mean, things happen. People have ups and downs in life. At the end of the day, it's how we, brace ourselves. So let's go. Now, the question is Medicare for kids more accessible? Can kids go to JFK today and have free medical treatment? Or can, let's say, kids are playing basketball and somebody fell and they popped their shoulder, dislocated their shoulder, or broke their arm, and they rush them to the hospital. Can they access the hospital quicker than ever? It's very important. Are clinics and hospitals providing better services? Now, I know that in Liberia, and I've seen a video of this in Liberia, where nurses are not professional. Nurses speaks to the patients in a very disrespectful manner. That is unprofessional. Do that to me in Australia, and I will sue the hospital, because I am your patient. My safety is in your hand. I'm not your child. You don't speak to me in that manner. You are being paid to do your job. When I'm in your hospital, I'm in your care. You treat me with respect. Are the nurses in Liberia, are they trained to respect the patient? Speak to them in a way that the patient's going to feel secure. The patient's going to feel safe in their hands. It's very important. If you are looking after me, I'm in your care. My life depends on you. But the way you handle certain situations, the way you speak to me, tells me that I am not safe with you. So our nurses being trained on this. We're seeing a lot of video where nurses are very arrogant, very rude. In fact, nurses are even political. Instead of being neutral doing their job, independent or neutral doing their job, nurses now are even political. No, those type of things shouldn't be happening. Nurses supposed to be professional. Nurses need to understand when a patient is in your care, you have a responsibility, a duty of care. When the patient is in your care, you have a duty of care. You you are responsible for that patient. What if the patient requests for a painkiller, you got to provide it because you are not in the body of that patient. You don't know how to feeling or how to feel. So nurses in Liberia, and I'm going to have a specific show about that. It's just because I'm speaking on Medicare, on healthcare. That's why I mentioned this. But I have planned a show where I'm going to speak about nurses and teachers and just how are these people professional or unprofessional. Those are things I want to say. But are medicine more available and affordable? Can you walk in a I don't know how you people do you guys buy your medicine in the hospital, or do you get prescription and you go to the pharmacy to get your medication? I don't know how you guys do it. But if you do, are the medicine affordable? For example, you want a Panadol because you have a headache. You want to, I mean, you want a Panadol, and you walk to the pharmacy. Can you spend like $5 or $3 to get a Panadol? Are they affordable? Can everybody afford a painkiller? That's another question. Ask yourself, how was it back then? Few years ago, how was Panadol or medicine affordable compared to now? Is today is better than yesterday? Then you say today is better than it was few years ago. But if few years ago was better, you said no, Medicare or medicine were more affordable in the past few years than it is now. Then you have to talk to the government on how they can make medicine affordable for you guys. But if Liberians are not speaking the truth, and youths are not speaking the truth, and you keep fighting on Facebook, you keep going on every show and attacking people about how the government is doing good, the government is doing good. There's our propagandists for the government that are reading all of this comment. At the end of the day, the government is not going to deliver because the government see 2-3 complimentary comments, and it's like, oh yes, we're doing great. I think that people are happy with us. No, but deep down in your heart, you know that the government is not impacting your life as it should be. So it's important. Don't lie to yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Okay? Be truthful to yourself. God, let's take a second. Let me finish this one, then we take a 30-second break. Okay? Be truthful to yourself. And some parents say things like, oh, things are improving. Okay. Others say the struggle is still real. We are here. We hear your side and we listen. At the end of the day, if things is okay for Paul, things is not it's not the same as for Mary. If things is okay for Esther, it's not the same as Deborah. So everybody need to understand. Maybe this government or this year might impact your life positively. But is your neighbor life being transformed as your life is being transformed? Think about it. Let's take a musical break. Let's think about it. And guys, answer this question at your own risk. Okay? Be truthful to yourself and everything will be okay. So yeah, we're going down to let's take a musical break. And this is Takun J, right? Takun J, they lied to us. Let's take a musical break and we'll be back. Don't go, share the show.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip us.
I want to say to you, Liberians, this is the last chance you have to rescue yourself. And we are here to help you rescue yourself. What we're here for, the rescue mission, is to give you hope, to say to you, put confidence in us. And in no time, you will see that your children are going to good schools. We're not going to allow any child from the elementary to the 12th grade to be in the street selling candy and things. Be in school. Go to school. Government will pay the teachers. We want good classrooms that our children will sit and be proud. We want.
So, Liberians, you see, I like to talk to you people. And when I'm speaking to you guys, some people don't like us when we speak. But at the end of the day, we're speaking on things that really matter the most. You know, it's very important that we hold our leaders to their word. As a president, if a president speaks, he means it. Now, on the campaign trail, when President Joseph Nyuma Boakai said, if they win the election, every children is going to have access to school. Classrooms and teachers are going to be happy. Teachers are going to be paid to teach the school or the students. At the end of the day, I ain't got to ask you all of this question. You as a teacher, you ask yourself. You ask yourself, you say in 2023, our president now promised us that teachers are going to be paid. What is happening? If you get them paid, okay, then do your job and be professional about it. Because the future of this generation lies in your hand as a teacher. So you ask yourself, gentlemen, okay? So let me ask, let's go down, okay? That was just a little 30-second break, okay? Let me go down to segment 3, okay? The Boakai administration. First of all, let me see some of the infrastructure improvement that President Weah did. Before I go to President Boakai, okay, I want to speak about, because we spoke about education, we spoke about healthcare, okay, and now we're gonna start. Now this segment we're gonna talk about is what has changed. All right, so let's speak about what has changed. So segment 3, the Boakai administration, what has changed? Questions to all of you guys on YouTube, Dcash, come on, Simba FC or CFC or what's that? Sam or Dcash. Some of you guys, you need to answer some questions. What has changed? What has changed? Let's get into it. President Boakai took office promising rescue, reform, accountability, and improve systems. But the real question is, have those promises touched your home yet? It's not about the promises, just empty talk. The question is, the promises that were made, transformation, improve system, accountability. How is that affecting your home or impacting your home? Have those promises touched your home? I am not discussing political slogan. No. We are discussing real life. Real life is what we are talking about. I'm not here to look or to speak on AI. No, we are speaking on things that happen in our life every day. Have you seen any improvement within your community? If you have, that's good for you. But if you haven't seen any improvement within your community, then take the next step. Ask the government. And I always tell people, don't be violent. Because you see, the thing about violence, violence does not solve the problems. And you cannot go against the government. The moment you become violent, you give reason for the government to deal with you. Yes. But nothing is stopping you to ask some hard questions. Freedom of speech is your fundamental right. It's constitutional. You have freedom of speech. You have the right to speak to your government, to your lawmakers. Those people, they serve you. They are your servant. You are not the servant. It's not the other way around. Liberian, we just need to understand the government official, public officials are your workers. Now, I don't mean this in a disrespectful manner, but your taxpayer, the tax you pay is what pay these people. So at the end of the day, you treat them with respect, but they work for you. So they are responsible, or you can ask them the questions. You can hold them accountable. Is the cost of living going up or going down? I seen people celebrating few months ago. The prices of rice is down, which is good because that's Liberian staple food. That's just good, and we applaud the government for bringing prices down. But again, you need to understand if prices change, but the exchange rate is still high, then you got to think twice. I ain't gonna think for you. So if prices change, let's say it rises $14, but exchange rate is still high, then you think if prices are really down. That's the kind of questions you should be asking. Every day you go to bed, or every day you think about this type of stuff, you need to ask the question, these fundamental questions. Yes. Do you feel more represented, more heard, more hopeful? Guys, like I told you guys, I'm asking a question today. Yes, I'm asking a question today. So, like I said, I'm not here for long, but I'm trying to. I need to run through my segment real quick. Okay, it's not, guys. Just bear with me. Okay, there's not much to go now. There's just a little bit more I get to talk about. Okay, so I'm trying to compare today to President Weah presidency. Let's talk comparison. During the Weah years, some Liberians said that, or some Liberians, they felt more development at their community level, or other felt the economics or the economies struggles to increase or decrease. Now, under President Boakai, some believe there is more integrity, focus on systems, other feel progress is slow. Are you with me? Are you with me? So under the President Weah years, some Liberians said they felt more development at their community level. Others felt the economy's struggle increases. Now, under a President Boakai regime, some believe there's more integrity, more focus, while others believe the progress is slow. What do you believe? Do you think President Boakai is speeding up, or do you think he's moving like a slow car? Which period was better for you personally? Personally, which period was better for you? The Boakai administration or the Weah presidency? Okay, I'm not yet to decide for you. No, it's your own life. I'm not yet to decide for you. Your experience is real at the end of the day. So let me go into so some of the infrastructure improvement, okay, and this is President Weah presidency we're talking about, and President Weah took power, in 2018. We promised to lift the poor Liberians, improve infrastructures, and refund the economy. His impact can be viewed in three major categories. I'm going to run through them real fast. And guys, I'm not going to go through every single details. No, I'm just going to hit few stuff. Okay. Now, then we look at the infrastructure, right? We are invested heavily in roads. That's not lies because there's proof. You can see it. Those are tangibles. Those are not things that you can lie about because there's something there you can see. You drive on it. Yes. Was there more improvement needed on the roads? Yes, of course. At the end of the day, no government is perfect. Not even the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government, not Joseph Boakai government, not Weah government. But there's still room for improvement. Some key projects include the 14 military hospitals, road expansion. We know that. The Somalia Drive Japan Freeway, the completion, we know that. Rural roads, networks towards southeastern counties. Ongoing work on the Ganta or Sekepli Tapetan corridors. Those are infrastructures improvement that President Weah worked on. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just trying to compare a couple of stuff. Okay. At the end of the day, construction of the 14 military hospital, the first of its kind in many years, renovation of major government facility like the executive mansion. And most of you know, the executive mansion was closed since 2006 due to a fire that took place when President Ellen Johnson won the election. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 3 months into her presidency when a fire broke out in the executive mansion. New markets buildings are all over this place. Small businesses, Omega Market, and you name it. It's there. Those are tangibles. So when we're speaking on stuff like that, we're speaking on facts. They're tangibles. You see them. If you can't see them, then you say, oh, this guy's lying. But you know you can see them. So I ain't lying. Okay, I ain't lying. So then we come to the impact, right? Better roads, reduce travel times, and boost small trade, especially for farmers moving goods to the city. So when President Boakai is completing a project that was not completed in President Weah time, and then I said to President Boakai, you are doing well. Because I believe we all know government is continuity. At the end of the day, if this president started a project and he did not finish it, I believe that the next president should come and complete that project before they start another one. Because we cannot be leaving project unfinished and keep starting new project. That's the waste of the Liberian people resources. Okay. Then we come down to social service and human development. Social service and human development. Education. The government introduced tuition-free policy for public university, especially the University of Liberia. We all know about the TVET program. The health section, we speak about it, hospital being built, healthcare, strengthening the healthcare capacity, Liberia improve access to basic healthcare center, and all these things. Then we talk about sports, recreational. Now, children are busy doing drugs, but some of them take their time to go to places like the Invincible Park, PHP Park, and other places to spend their time instead of being in the street doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So that also, recreational center, that is also how you say. But yeah, so investment in youth sport programs, mini stadiums and community facilities, and many more. We all know that. You got post students benefit from university tuition relief. Like I told you guys, the government need to do something so that the family can feel a little bit of relief. And some children who don't have family as well, but they want to learn, they want to have education. They should be able to afford education, not because I don't want to say much on this type of stuff. Like honestly, we need to learn as Liberian. Then the economists, okay. So we go to the economist condition now. Strength is and criticism. Okay, this is where most citizens feel mixed or disappointed. Okay, now cost of living. Price of essential goods rose over the year. Yes, inflation affected rise, transportation, and fuel costs. Yes, because President Weah took over in 2018. You did not expect President Weah to reduce prices immediately. No, it does not work like that. It takes time. That's why President Boakai have all the time in the world. He just need to make some impact in the life of the people. Liberian dollars depreciation. Those are bad stuff. It's criticized the government. But job creation, there was a huge amount of Liberian youth being employed. Civil servant salaries. Liberia complained about harmonization. At the end of the day, it actually put money in their pocket. The government of President Weah did not take money from the poor people and give it to the rich. No. The government of President Weah tried to balance things. If you and I were working in the same job, you making 50 and I'm making 100, how would you feel? So that's why they have to balance it. So the government take a little from me and add it to you. And he take a little from another guy and add it to me. So that's how it was. Some people take the harmonization to be a bad thing. But they know that deep down their heart, they know that it was a good thing. But like I said, Liberians, they don't accept reality. They don't accept facts. When stuff happen, the news, they politicize everything. That was the problem. Guys, let me play this song. Okay, I want to play this song, yeah. Man, there's a song I wanted to play for you guys. Let me see if I can find it, yeah. There's a song I want to play for you guys. Let me see.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Another music. Sorry, guy. Yeah, sorry. God, there's a song I wanted to play. I don't want to play CDC music, man. Today we're talking about, we're talking about. Today we are neutral. We're not, we're not politicizing anything yet. So let me play one song for you guys, and yes. But guys, it been over an hour. Okay, what's going on with my computer? Sorry, guys, I'm kind of frozen. But yes, it been over an hour. Okay. Yeah, so this is a song I wanted to play, and this is my big brother Obadiah Topa, the Nima County Victory Man. He made this song specifically for the Liberian national county meet, and I believe that this song should be used for the county meet. Okay, let's listen to it.
Everybody wants to win. So why, so why, so why, everybody wants to win. So why, let me rise like a tree that's standing by the riverside. I will leave you never go dry. Yeah, we are like a tree that's standing by the riverside. I will leave you not go dry. I want Tabella to play. But we blow, let the children play. The government of Liberia say, the president of Liberia say, I don't care what you will do, but we play. So why, 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 everybody want to win. So why, woman that give us so why, they coming for the girl. So why, Maserati can't say so why, they going to win. So why, they coming to win. So why, say they coming to win. So why, say they're the owner of Liberia. So they come. Oh, they coming. So why.
Yeah. So that was Obadiah Topa. It's called Who Will Win? Who will win the county meet? Okay. Counties are coming from all over, playing the game. At the end of the day, one person must win. The stronger team always win. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's close up here real quick. Okay. Guys, please share the show. Okay, even though the show's about to be over, but please share the show. So, community voice. At the end of the day, tonight we want to hear you from you guys. Those of you, that sent in your comments, I appreciate all of you guys. Okay, I appreciate all of you guys. But at the end of the day, are you living better than 3 years ago? How have your children been affected? What change do you hope to see next? What change do you hope to see next at the end of the day? Those are questions. I'll leave you guys with these questions tonight. What has changed? Has the life of your children changed? Are your children going to better schools? Can you afford to pay school fees for your children? Are your children do your children have access to a better Medicare? Those are questions that we ask. If you are living a better life today than you lived 3 years ago, I say kudos to you. But be sincere, be true to yourself. Because the only way the government can know is the truth. If we keep lying to ourselves and keep lying to the government is not going to change our lives. So we got to be truthful to the government. But before that, you got to be truthful to yourself. Yes, be truthful to yourself. Don't be a sycophant. No. Don't be a bootlicker. No. Be true to yourself. So as we go tonight, guys, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Okay. It's not easy. So I want to play this song from Takonje. Okay. So we all know that this song came out during the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf regime. But Takonje prophesied on this song. And this song is still speaking to the people and to the government. So that's why we have to keep playing these songs. The government might be doing what the things they're doing good. At the end of the day, it's we the Liberian people. Is the government doing good? How has your life been transformed? That's the question that you ask yourself. That's the question that you ask yourself. So as I go tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Liberia's stories, is shaped by the voice of its people. Your life is your struggle. Your progress, they all matter. So I want to say thanks to all of you for tuning in today. We will talk about it because it matters. I'm your host, Prince Thompson, but I go by the name Thompson B Boss. Reminding you, the conversation continues, but the truth lives with the people. Until next time, still safe, stay informed, and God bless you all. And this is how we go home tonight.